Hello, everybody. Dr. Meno here with Radio Pacifico Sur of Costa Rica, www.radiopacsur.com. Today's little lecture is going to be on the Fiscal Revolution. I tried starting this up back in 2003 and 2004, and people laughed at me, and I was even on the international talk show circuit to promote this idea and this form of revolution, this form of a peaceful revolution to take back our country. Remember, this is over 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, I tried to get this stuff going. Anyway, this is a protest. The Fiscal Revolution is a protest to take control of the money flow in the United States, to bankrupt the government and the banks and corporate America. We want to stop the money from getting into their possession. Don't contribute to consumerism. That's the big facet of it. Don't contribute to consumerism. And if you think you're going to have a hard time, then you're an addict to consumerism. You're an addict. It's a disease. Because if you cut yourself off from all the crap that they've convinced you and brainwashed you to buy, you will probably have some mental and physical withdrawals. You go cold turkey from consumerism and you will have mental and physical withdrawals. That's a definition of addiction. You're addicts. You're addicted to consumerism. Be aware of marketing myosis. That is a consumer disease. Marketing myosis. That's my term I came up with in the early 2000s. Even before that, in the 90s. This is when all you can see is consumerism, advertising, all this crap that is being presented to you. Marketing myosis. You can't see anything else. You don't even know what else is going around your world. You don't understand all the corruption that's going on around your world. This is a protest against corporate bastardization, corrupt government, military aggression, and the Illuminati. We need to take control of the money flow and not wait for the corporate elite, the Illuminati, and the banks to totally crash the economy. They're going to do it. That's their goal. That's their plan, to crash the dollar and the euro. Let us, the consumer, crash the economy when we have control to do it. Don't do it under their terms. Let's us draw the terms and crash the economy ourselves. And you have to participate wholeheartedly for this to work out. Work is a bad four-letter word. W-O-R-K is a four-letter word. It's a bad word. What we need is to work less and have more creative time on our hands. Because remember, indebtedness is a form of social control. Our government says we need more jobs. But that is because that's for them to have an income receiving taxes to support their corruption and to pay off this outrageous interest-only debt that was incurred by the banking elite in Europe. Occupy Wall Street is the wrong approach. They are just laughing at them. We need not to participate in society, and that goes with the Occupy movements. Don't participate in society whatsoever. Stay home. This process is kind of for everybody. Speaking of the Wall Street movement, this is for everybody who has been taken advantage of, who has been nickeled and dimed to death, and you're sick and tired of it. All who were abused or received an unjust ticket, all and who has been mistreated by authority. Because authority travels the path of least resistance. It's another one of my YouTube videos. Check it out, please. All who has been scammed. Everybody who has been scammed on the telephone and by their banks. All those that had an extra charge on their invoice, but it wasn't worth fighting and waiting on the phone for 20 minutes to save $1 or 50 cents. Our time isn't worth that. Our time is more valuable than that. And these corporate bastards have that all pre-calculated. And they know that. But by screwing somebody out, by screwing people out by $1 over millions of customers makes a rich corporation. And that's their plan. And they're still carrying that CEO exec around in the conference room singing, he's a jolly good fellow who thought all this stuff up. Take your money out of the conventional banks and use credit unions. Crash the banks. Make the run on the banks. And they're prepared for it. They're already prepared for it. They're expecting it. So do it! Just do it! Take your money out of the banks. Do not participate in the banking system. They're the ones who are screwing you over. They're the ones who are screwing you over. Use credit unions. If you have to use a bank, go to a credit union. They're pretty much open to almost anybody these days. Just put enough money in the bank, even in the credit union accounts, just to pay your necessary dues. Deposit your money and use it the same day. Default on all your credit cards, your loans, your home loans, your car loans, etc. Everything. Your cell phones. Let them repossess your stuff because you don't really need all this crap that they convinced you that you bought through brainwashing, through marketing myosis. They cannot legally repossess your stuff because there was false money supplying the loans. That money didn't exist. Watch the Zeitgeist movie about a Minnesota man who beat the banks from repossessing his house, and he won on the grounds that the money the banks loaned him did not exist and that they could not find and they could not identify who actually owned the house because the loan has been resold to underwriters, to another underwriter, to many underwriters, and that title is lost in the system. Who knows what your title is? So who cares about your credit? Once again, who cares about your credit score, your credit reading? You never want credit again. That's another whole scam operation, these credit reporting agencies. Okay, more things. Don't drive anywhere and use gas. Carpool to go shopping or pay your bills or whatever you have do as errands. Carpool with your neighbors. Keep your kids home from school. This will cut out the funding from attendance. Stop the early childhood brainwashing. Homeschool. If you're mid-semester, then make sure you get all your school books from your kids at home, and you parents start having classes so they can keep up with their studies. Okay? You become teachers. And how are you going to do that? You're going to quit that second job. Because all they're teaching their kids anyway is how to pass state-mandated tests. They don't teach our kids to think anymore. It's just not done. They don't teach them history, anthropology, the humanities, the liberal arts anymore. All they're doing is teaching their kids how to pass state tests so they can get their funding. And if you keep your kids out of the school, then they will not get their funding for attendance for that particular day, week, or month. Okay, don't go to work. Like I said, work is a dirty word. The only reason they keep saying more jobs is because the government has to pay their bills. The more people working, the more federal income tax and taxes they can collect from your wages. Quit the second income earner in the house. If there's two people working out, somebody quit your job. You guys, fess up. Be a domestic engineer yourself if that's what it takes. If your wife has a better job, then you stay home. Put the apron on, okay? And by doing all this, like I said, you will be contributing less to the federal and state income taxes and the FICA taxes. We will bankrupt these accounts, which are already bankrupt. All you people are going to be retiring pretty soon. There's not going to be any money left for you to retire at. They're going to put you in prisons, in FEMA camps. That's your Social Security plan. Your 3 square meals a day and a roof over your head in a prison. Actually, they'll treat you better in a prison than they do in nursing homes. You know that. That's another video. Watch my Canadian retirement plan up there for the Canadians. This applies to anywhere around the world. Okay, so we got to bankrupt those government accounts. Let your pool boy go, your landscaper go, your housekeeper, babysitter. Let all these people go. Let them go. You do it. You do that work. The one person that quit the job, you stay home and you do this work. The job you quit can be dedicated to these chores. You'll probably net higher in your family economics and your family income if you do this stuff yourself. Quit your health club membership. If you want exercise, mow your lawn with excitement. Clean your pool with enthusiasm. And clean your house with a dance and rhythm in your step. Lose some weight that way. Stock up on your rice and beans. The diet of most people around the world. These dried goods store well for a long time. The world's going to be hungry. The world will be hungry coming up. Plant gardens, raise pigs, get some chickens, eat eggs, eat your chickens. Do these kind of things. Get back into the basics again. And once again, stock up on your dried goods, because believe me, you'll lose a lot of weight doing this. And maybe your diabetes too. That'd be great, huh? Consolidate your families in the same household, in the same housing. Okay, consolidate families. If you have to, if the banks are going to try to take your stuff away, and you're just too chicken shit to fight them and put up with it, take them to court, then so be it. Like I said, this goes along with all your defaulting. All your defaulting. Okay? File bankruptcy. Clog the courts up with bankruptcy cases. Even if you win or lose, it doesn't matter. Just congest the court system. Okay? They can't handle all those cases. Okay, another important thing is to make your towns and cities like ghost towns. Don't drive anywhere. Sell your cars if you can. You better hurry up and do it, because everybody gets the same idea. You're going to have a hard time selling your car. Your motorcycle, ride scooters, motorcycles if you have to transport yourself somewhere. Make your towns, your cities like ghost towns. Make them vacant. Don't commerce anywhere in your cities if you cannot help it. Okay, quit using drugs and alcohol. Make your own tax-free beer. You can learn how to make it. It's free, it's legal. And wine, if you think you still got to drink. Grow your own marijuana. Smoke your weed if you think you have to get high, and keep it at that, okay? Don't use electricity, hot water, phones, or gas. You're going to throw away that phone, that cell phone, default on your contract. What are they going to do? You're going to pull all the money out of your bank anyway. Oh, you're going to screw up your credit report. Who cares about your credit report? Use candles, conserve water, wear jackets, and use blankets in your household if it's in the wintertime. Have the family sleep in one room and keep that one room comfortable. Reintroduce yourself to your kids during this mode. Do more free family fun stuff. Reintroduce yourself to your neighbors. Stay home, be bored, and do nothing. This is a revolution, a fiscal revolution about doing nothing. You don't have to do anything to participate. That's one of the great things about it. Non-participation in society. That's the fiscal revolution. Keep the money in your pocket. Keep the money from trespassing and ending up in the bankers' pockets, in the corporate bastards' pockets. And it's so important. Reintroduce yourself to the kids. With all the two-income earner families, I mean, you're strangers to your kids. And that is a shame. Another thing, get a weapon and arm your family. Gun sales have been record millions since December. 5 million in December and multi-millions every month after that. But now the government's been buying up all the bullets around to keep you from getting to buy them. So stock up on some ammunition. Get a weapon. Protect your house, because all the people can't handle this fiscal revolution is going to go out and cause problems. And that's pretty much normal, you know. Learn self-defense. Learn to meditate and exercise. Make it a family project to beat boredom. What a fun thing to do. Making a family project to beat boredom. Okay, and this is like a general overview of the fiscal revolution, and this is what we are kind of protesting, or anybody who's involved, and this should include all of the Occupy movement. Okay, you'll make news by not participating, by not showing up. You'll make news when you're bankrupting the banks and corporate America. That will make news. You'll make news when you crash your local banks and make a run for the banks and pull all your money out. Stick it in a mayonnaise jar, bury it in the backyard. You know, the good old-fashioned way. Okay, here's, like I said, a little overview, some ideas to participate and why you should participate. Because we are protesting. God, it's hot here. I'm sweating like crazy. Yeah, we broadcast from Central America out in the rainforest because this is the only radio-free area that I feel we can pull this fiscal revolution without them sticking me in a FEMA camp. Those bastards! Okay, we are protesting the Iraqi war, the World War, the invasion of Africa, the high gas prices, the record oil profits, the gouging utility companies, the insurance premiums, the insurance companies, and the whole fleecing of America, the dishonest politicians, the bickering of the Republicans and Democrats, the pollution, the environmental degradations, excuse me, corporate bastardization, and for any general injustice going on in America that you feel fit to protest. You may find your own personal issues to protest about. Parades, violence, demonstrations historically will not work and don't work, but this will work. The fiscal revolution. The fiscal revolution. And your participation is basically non-participation. Okay? Consumerism has destroyed the country and made the elite, the banking elite, the corporate America very, very, very rich. Turn everything off. Go have a blackout. Black out your cities, your pueblos, your communities. Okay? Reintroduce yourself to your neighbors, because when the shit hits the fan, you're going to need some friends. I know I lived in a man-gated golf course community in Southern California, and I never really knew my neighbors that much. I didn't really care to, because they're all bushbackers, and I used to hang my peace flag out there on all the major holidays, and everybody else had their regular conventional American flag. So they didn't like me too much in my neighborhood, but I stood up and I spoke out and I did my thing anyway. Anyway, the Fiscal Revolution, there's also a little website, thefiscalrevolution.com. Also, the people who participate, we have a term for them called fiscal fugitives. You can look that up, fiscalfugitives.com. But most of all, listen to Radio Pacifico Sur at www.radiopacsur.com from Costa Rica. I'll tell you, we're broadcasting from Costa Rica. I bailed because I knew this stuff was coming, and like I said, I'm trying to promote this fiscal revolution. And I remember an interview from even Australia, and their final comment was to me after they interviewed me, "Good luck." So obviously it didn't work. Nobody listened to me, but this is even more important. If it is not too late, it's probably too late. It's probably too late to get out of the United States. I'm glad I did 6-7 years ago. But I know this stuff was coming, and a lot of the stuff I predicted while doing radio in Southern California came true, and I didn't boast and brag about it. I just kind of waited to see, and since all this stuff I said 2 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago is true, I have more insights, more thoughts in my head, and now it's time to speak out and make a stand. I tried to be aggressive about this, like I said, in the early 2000s, but nobody wanted to listen to me. Anyway, I'm Dr. Meno. Once again, tune us in at radiopacsur.com. Thank you, and please participate in this fiscal revolution. Send this around. I guess I'm supposed to tell everybody to put your likes on here. Share this video with everybody else that you know of. Facebook, Twitter, that whole social network thing. I'm kind of poor at doing all that kind of stuff. But let's get it going. Let's get this fiscal revolution going. Okay, folks? Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you pay attention to this and do your own part. Okay? Do your own part on the fiscal revolution. Get back to basics. Okay? Thank you.